There are two situations I can immediately think of when I consider the idea that overthinking is a trauma response. The first one is being a child growing up in a volatile situation. If you had a parent who had some kind of mental illness or perhaps a substance abuse problem, there was no doubt volatility, which means you could not predict when things were going to get out of hand. You tried. Your little mind tried to come up with patterns, tried to see patterns to see if you could figure out how to at least predict when the next outburst would happen, perhaps even prevent it. But you couldn't. When it comes to substance abuse and mental illness, there really is not a set pattern that you can decide on. And so that pattern of not knowing what would happen set into you. And so there's this feeling of unsureness, not knowing what's about to happen, a feeling of anxiety, which can lead to overthinking because you're trying to weigh the pros and the cons constantly, trying to understand what the right choice is and struggling to figure out what the decision actually is going to be. The other reason that I can think of that would create over-analyzing, overthinking, difficulty in making decisions to become a trauma response is if you have spent significant amount of time with somebody who gaslights, somebody who continuously warps your perception of reality, somebody who rejects your feeling statements, somebody who rejects your perspective, and who eventually you come to believe. If you've been in a relationship of any kind for an extended period of time, you may have been able to ward off or stand up to these gaslighting attempts. But the longer you stay in those situations, the harder it is to fight them. And so eventually what happens is confusion ensues, and you can't tell the difference between what you think and what they think. And so it can be very difficult to trust yourself once you have actually left one of those situations. You don't know how to make a decision because for so long, somebody else made the decision for you. So today we're going to do a toning exercise meant to tune up your third eye chakra, which is the intuitive center. This is really what it's about. Whenever you have left a situation that made you confused and unable to trust yourself for a long time, what happens is your intuition becomes sacrificed. But it's not gone forever. No matter how long you struggled with this situation, no matter how long it's been since you actually felt your intuition, it's still there. It's just lying dormant and it needs to be nudged awake. And so we're going to do that with your voice. So let's go ahead, find an upright position. Both feet flat on the floor or legs in lotus position. You want to have an upright back, but you want to be somewhat comfortable. So if you need some support, then put a pillow back there or sit back in a nice upright chair that doesn't curve too much. You want to have your lungs able to expand and fill up with air easily. And let's go ahead and start rolling the shoulders back so that we can begin to feel the sensations in our body. Begin to connect your breathing with the movement. So breathe in through your nose as you shift up, out through the mouth as you drop down. Couple more. All right, so settle in. And let's go ahead and stretch out the face. Follow my lead. And now let's take 3 audible sighs. Big inhale through the nose. Lift your hands up and press them down. We're asking the chest, the back, everything to just drop down. Let all of the tension go. One more. Inhale. Good. You can keep your eyes closed while I begin our process. So bring your attention to your third eye point. And imagine when you sing, your voice is vibrating to the color deep indigo blue. So as you sing, your voice takes on this beam of light that goes right up to the direction of your third eye point. And as you sing the sound Om, hear in the distance, I am intuitive. I am intuitive. Om. sensations in your face, especially your forehead, your eyes, your cheeks, your throat, and anywhere else in your body. And now imagine a white shield surrounding your body in the front and the back, on the sides, the top and the bottom. Inside this white shield of light, you are protected. Any feelings of confusion may be let go at this time. And so it is. Let's open up the eyes. So here's your journal prompt for today. First of all, if anything came up for you during that practice, write it down and study it as if you were studying a dream. Notice what the information is intended to be for you. Notice any symbols, if you had any images that you weren't even really sure about. See if you can understand what the symbolism might be. And then spend some time reflecting on if you ever feel when someone asks you a question or asks you to make a decision and you get flustered and you have a hard time answering them, spend some time asking yourself why that is. Were there periods of your life where someone else's perspective dominated yours and you were not allowed to have your own opinions or your own perspective or your own voice? Write about it. And then imagine what it would look like and feel like for someone to ask you a question and for you to have an answer where it doesn't matter what the end result is. You don't have a do or die feeling based on whatever the decision is. The next time you go to a restaurant and you start to feel flustered when the waiter asks you what you want to eat, practice a feeling of non-attachment. Order what looks good, and if it doesn't taste good, it's not the end of the world. See if you can imagine what a life would be like with that kind of non-attachment to outcome. A certain kind of trust that you know exactly how to make a proper decision, and that if it doesn't work out, you can learn from it, and that it's not a big deal. I hope you enjoyed this practice. If you did and you want to go deeper, I recommend the Voice Liberation Method, 7 weeks of guided vocal practice, nervous system education, guided visualizations, journal prompts, all kinds of toning practices like this, what we just did, or the Healthy Voice Community at the practitioner level. We do 45 minutes of guided vocal sound healing just like this once a month. If that's interesting to you, I hope to see you in one of those spaces. Keep going because the world needs your unique voice. I'll see you in the next one.